What's up everybody, my name is Carl, and today we are back with another best sounding car video. This, in case you've forgotten, is where we look at some of the best sounding cars from a particular engine type. Whether it's a mighty 12-cylinder engine or even a microscopic 4-cylinder, there are so many great sounding cars to choose from. Today we are looking at probably my favourite engine cylinder type, 8. I mean, this category type is so broad and the different sounding V8s are insane. You can find this engine type from anywhere from a family executive saloon to a fire-spitting, ferocious hypercar. Of course, I'll be picking 5, and as I've mentioned before, this series will be split into parts, as of course there are so many great sounding cars of a particular engine type. So if I haven't mentioned it in this video, there is a chance that I'll mention it in a future video. If you want to participate yourself, feel free to comment down below. Without further ado, let's begin, starting with my first choice of a great sounding 8-cylinder engine car, which goes to the Dodge Challenger Demon. If the Grim Reaper had a car, I'm pretty sure this would be it. The Demon's soundtrack sounds like what the underworld probably sounds like. It's absolutely menacing. The Dodge Challenger Demon has a 6.2 litre supercharged V8 engine that generates a mighty 840 brake horsepower. This allows the car to go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds before going on to a top speed of 211 miles per hour. That engine has two sides. You have the V8 grumble, which has that almost thunderous booming noise, and then you have the shrieking whine of the supercharger. Combined, it's a monstrous noise. Moving on to one of the next best sounding 8-cylinder engine cars, and this goes to the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG. If the Dodge Demon is a muscle car from America, then this effectively is the German equivalent, albeit wrapped up as a luxurious GT car, but one with an iconic and noisy engine. The SLS AMG has a naturally aspirated 6.2 litre V8 that develops 563 brake horsepower. This propels the car from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds before reaching a top speed of 197 miles per hour. This engine in this car is historical. I feel as if there will never be an engine from Mercedes quite like this anymore. It's definitely got that muscular note to it, reaching the same pitch as the Demon, but with more bark. Moving on to another best sounding 8-cylinder engine car, and that is the Ferrari 430 Scuderia. I think this period of Ferrari was one of the most exciting. It definitely was a noisy period too, and certainly the 430 Scuderia delivered in that department. The 430 Scuderia has a naturally aspirated 4.3 litre V8 that pumps out 510 brake horsepower, taking the car from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and onto a top speed of 198 miles per hour. I love how much this car sounds like a motorsports race car. It sounds so raw as it wails away. It's quite simply such a pure sound and proof that a small V8 engine can produce such an incredible soundtrack. Moving on to the next best sounding 8-cylinder engine car, which goes to the Maserati Quattroporte Sport GTS. I don't think I could not mention this car, partly because it looks incredible, but also because it will go down as one of the best sounding cars I've ever heard. The Quattroporte Sport GTS has a naturally aspirated 4.7 litre V8 that generates 440 brake horsepower. This takes the car from 0 to 60 in 5.1 seconds before reaching a top speed of 177 miles per hour. This isn't just a soundtrack, this is a symphony of noise. It just bellows into a cacophony of sound. The 4.7 litre Ferrari derived V8 is a historical and iconic engine. What a beautiful, godly noise. It's probably an engine that could get you into more trouble than good, but it's worth it. And finally, onto the last best sounding 8-cylinder engined car, and that goes to the Koenigsegg Agera R. The Koenigsegg Agera R is not only one of the most ultimate cars ever made, it's also one of the most brutal and ultimate sounding cars, period. The Agera R has a 5 litre twin turbocharged V8 that produces a mighty 1,140 brake horsepower. This propels the car from 0 to 60 in just 2.8 seconds before going on to a top speed of 275 miles per hour. Very, very fast. This isn't just power, this is also fury. That engine is pure angry and wants to shout about it. I love the turbo whistle this car makes. It's so evocative and the grumble of the V8 is menacing. If the Grim Reaper drives the Dodge Demon, then this is probably what the devil drives. The Agera R is an iconic hypercar, fast, attractive, and has a mighty monstrous soundtrack. One of the best sounding 8-cylinder engine cars, for sure. So in conclusion, those are my picks for what I think are some of the best sounding 8-cylinder engine cars, but what do you think? Comment down below what your picks are for some of the best sounding 8-cylinder engine cars, and give your reasons why. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!